So this is day 1 of growing butternut squash from scratch. Oh well, you know, from the seeds. So you know, there's probably this much soil in there, seed on top, and then a scattering of soil on top of that. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully these bad boys will grow. It's around 6 seeds in each of these containers, all, you know, equally spread out. So hopefully this will be a success. 15 days later, pretty much all of these have sprouted. Only 2 in here though, which is strange. I don't think I did anything different, but yeah, looking good. So it's the 16th of May, about a month and a day since I planted these bad boys, and they're growing pretty good. Pretty happy with them. You know, it's thick. I think they're all healthy, nice plants. So last night I planted my squashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that one over there. The sun hasn't come around and hit them yet, so they're still a bit like wilted. I've just left the plant pots there to prop them up a little bit of a hand for them when the sun does hit. Yeah, it's a nice patch of soil. Don't really know what else to say. They're done. We'll see how they go. So we are 2 months exactly in now, and yeah, they've grown quite a lot. Really know what to say, to be honest. They're quite gotten out of hand. Probably should have spaced them out a little bit more, but didn't have very much more space to give. They've grown nice and thick and like tough. You can see flowers are about to start growing. One flower had started growing, but I think it's died off. Surprisingly, this squash that's next to the rhubarb plant, which is protected a little bit, seems to have grown the best, or like the sturdiest anyway. But yeah, I've just made this little structure so the butternut squashes aren't completely on the ground. They can lift off a little bit. It's obviously not perfect by any means, but gives them a little bit extra room to grow upwards rather than just on the floor. So see how that goes. So it's been a few days or maybe a week with this up, and as you can see, all the butternut squash leaves have grown through it, and they've grown pretty massive. I'd say it's probably definitely growing better with it up. I don't know if that's just because of the weather we've had or what, but it's definitely grown a lot more. Loads of flowers coming through. So yeah, I think this was a good idea, but the only thing is now, because it's all grown through it, I can't lift it up really without injuring the plant to like get some of the weeds out that start growing. So I guess it will have to be weedy in there, but it's grown massively, absolutely massively. So another little update on the butternut squashes. Quite a few have started to grow. Cute little one there. This vine has grown massively. But yeah, lots of little squashes starting to grow. There are loads on this just one vine. So yeah, it's going to be quite a good summer for butternut squashes, I think. I've been really lucky with the heat. It's been like 24 to 28 these past few weeks, which is unheard of for England. Yeah, it's growing well. So my last video was in start of July, 2nd of July. It's now the 21st, and they are just growing massively, and at such a fast rate. I kind of regret not putting that, you know, plasticky floor down, so they weren't growing directly onto the floor. But luckily the little cage thing worked, so a lot of them are just growing off the floor on the cage, but there are some of them, I don't know if I'll be able to see it. Yeah, there are some that are growing in there that are just straight on the floor, which I wish I had put a floor down, but you know, it is what it is. Those potato plants are coming through, which is interesting. But yeah, they have just grown absolutely massively and grown everywhere. It's really quite amazing to see. Hello, here's a month later, and my dad cut back loads of this, which is kind of annoying, but I can see why he did it. At least we can see the butternut squash is a little bit better now. Trying to decide if these are going to be ready to pick soon. I mean, they're still quite, oh, I don't know. They say that the stem should be a bit dark, and if you pierce it with your nail, apparently it's not ready yet. So I guess they're not ready yet, or at least this one. But yeah, so it's now August the 18th, and planted the seeds in April in my house, so been about 4 months of them growing. That one's quite long, couple back there, and that one, they haven't grown very big, but I'm going to contribute that to the fact it's been really cold. So it's now September 16th, and we have given 2 butternut squashes away already. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 butternut squashes from 5 plants, which isn't great, to be fair, but it's my first time growing them, so I'm not going to be too hard on myself. Coming to the end of summer, so I'm not imagining we're going to get much more. Really, the flowers just got so eaten by slugs that you couldn't really do much about it, but it's been good. These ones back here looking good. We gave away the 2 biggest ones, so yeah. No. So 7 butternut squashes from 5 plants. Not great, but we're in England and we've had a really shit summer, so yeah. Cooking this one up for dinner now. It's a good size, fairly big to be honest. Quite happy with that.
So here are a couple of things I made. Roasted up some of the butternut squash to make a soup with some peppers and tomatoes. Roasted some up and had a Buddha bowl with it. The soup was really good, very silky. Then another thing I made was some butternut squash tacos for the family, and roasted them up with some fajita seasoning on and some oil, and just beautiful. Such a good dinner. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. All in all, it took about 150 days from planting the seeds to harvesting. Really fun experience. Butternut squash is so delicious when you roast it right with nice spices. Really happy with it. Would try again, but probably not this summer. I'll try a different kind of plant to grow. But yeah, thank you so much for watching if you made it this far.